So, you guys want to change your batteries in your Game Boy games. Well, you're actually going to need a couple things to do this. Now, as you can see on the back of the games, they have their own special screwdriver. You're either going to need to hand make a special piece of plastic or something by whatever means. There's many means I've found on YouTube where people have made their own screwdrivers for this piece, but I specifically bought the screwdriver here for it, and it's a special piece that only Japan did for Nintendo. So I already did that. The other thing is, option-wise, is for the batteries, you don't have to just get the ones with the arms. But, however, whenever you do remove these, which I will go over in a bit, whenever you do remove these and you don't have these special batteries, you have to remove the, this will focus, you have to remove the soldering that's already on there very carefully. And that's a very big pain in the ass. So I chose not to do that, and I'm just soldering and playing with the soldering gun here. Soldering iron. Soldering gun. Good lord. And that is what I'm going to do today. Now, these are my friend's copies of Pokemon Silver and Crystal. It started decoloring. I found this hilarious because it's been sitting in his game for so long, in his system for so long. And yeah, so I already removed the one screw on Silver here because I figured I'd start with this one first. And I already cleaned the games out, but he didn't know about the batteries dying and the fact that his save files would no longer be there, because he was like, will my save files still be there? I said, no, they're gone forever. They're gone. So, yeah, I had to be the one to tell him that. But as you can see here, the battery is from March of 2000. So, yeah, but you would have to remove these two soldering points to get this arm up, and then on the other side would be the same thing, but I'm just going to get the soldering iron and take off the old one and replace them with a new one. So, yeah, I'm going to heat up the soldering iron, and then I will go over how to remove the solder points. It's really easy, so be back in a minute. Okay, so now that it's heated up, you'll want to play with the solder, and you'll want to heat it up essentially. And it'll take some time because this solder is really old, but as you can see, it's heating up pretty well. So I'm going to play with this and move it around just so I can get the battery off, but that's essentially what you want it to do, is to move it around and reheat it up so that it'll allow you to move the battery off. So I'll be back in a second whenever I get that done. Okay, so I had to end up removing the old solder because the battery wouldn't stick to it, so I had to replace it and put some new solder in there. So it's brand new, and so is the battery. Here is the old one, actually, and that's what it looks like with the arm still on and attached and everything. So definitely needed replacing, and now I will just be adding the top back onto the game and putting the screw back in, and I'm going to see if it saves on the system. So I will be back whenever I see if I did this correct. Alright, so here's the game. Sorry about the shitty front light mod that went wrong. That's why I'm going to be backlighting these soon. It now saves because I put in a save file that literally is not even that, as you can see. I just put in the name and I saved it right in the room. So honestly, I'm very happy that I got this one to save. So now I'm going to work on the second one. But essentially, this is how you change the batteries in a Game Boy Game Boy Color game. Game Boy Advance games, they don't require these ones. These are CR 2025 batteries, which are very common for car keys and other things. The ones for Game Boy Advance systems are CR 1616s. I would not suggest using these for those. Those ones are smaller, and to be honest with you, whenever you're playing Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald for those games, they don't have the day-night cycle. It just changes the fact that you can't get certain Pokemon like seal or walrus, or like the shells or anything in that cave. I forget what that cave's name is. But anyways, it's different for Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald than it is Gold, Silver, and Crystal, because honestly, Gold, Silver, and Crystal, it gets rid of your old save file and you can no longer save because it needs the day-night cycle, and if the battery's dry, you can't do that. So, hope you enjoyed, and I'm going to get to the second game, and I will see you guys later.